Hey, Capricorn, Mel, intuitive coach here, excited to bring in your quarter one reading for January, February, and March 2025. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Capricorn, I am hearing, I believe it's Twisted Sister. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. So for some of you, it feels like you've been backed into a corner or you've been pressurized, kind of like a pressure cooker, or perhaps you've gone through a shadow period. This is where you're kind of coming out of the box, and it's interesting to note that in January you have exchanging gifts, and she is coming out of the box here. So whatever it was that you felt like you were pressurized or walking on eggshells, or it just was a lot coming at you, Capricorn, I see that you're getting answers. You're getting answers here in quarter one, because I see also the by the book card. This is destiny. You've been asking the universe for guidance, for assistance. Now I also see your intuition, your spiritual gifts are highly activated here in the month of January. Now, this could be more towards the end of the month. I'm getting Aquarian season, but I also see Capricorn because this is your month. This is your time. So happy birthday to you. I feel like you're refreshed. You're feeling more refreshed because some of you were burnt out. You may have been burning the candle at both ends, or it just felt like a lot coming in at you all at once is what I get. So the fact that January is showing up here as 27, 27 breaks down to 9. 2025 is a 9 year, which is all about completions, accomplishments, and service as well as solitude. So this would be a really good time to, rest as well. Some of you, instead of hitting all of those goals and really hammering it down, I feel like this is the month of self-care. This is the month of simplicity and not going a million miles per hour. So let's clarify. We have exchanging gifts. There may also be an opportunity here for you. Now, there's a little bit of irony going on in your reading because bottom of the deck, we have, go the distance. So, that Twisted Sister song, We're Not Gonna Take It. I feel like you are coming real close to finalizing either a contractual agreement or kind of sealing the deal in some way. But I do want to state that January, maybe the beginning of January, isn't a good time to rush things. All right. That's what I'm getting. So that's why it feels a little bit, ironic, but towards the end of the month and maybe into February, things start to maybe pick up a little bit of speed, but I want you to take good care of yourself. Maybe you've come into the year with a tad bit of cold, or you've still picked up on some residual left over from 2024 here. But I feel like you are the gift. I mean, Capricorn season, for those of you sun sign Capricorns out there, this is a very powerful time. You're not only turning a new age, but for some of you, I mean, this is turning a new leaf, which is beautiful. Now the cat is also playing here with the ballerina coming out of the box. So there is a sense of independence. There's a sense of playfulness. Some of you may even have a Bengal cat or a Savannah cat here. Let's take a look. What's going on in January, please, for Capricorn? We have the strength. I know you've gone through it, Capricorn. We've talked about this before. You've gone through a lot, but boy, oh boy, do you have a beautiful heart. You are a giver. You're a hard worker, and a lot of you would give the shirt off your back to someone who really needed it, even if it was a stranger. And I feel like you do have good karma coming your way, okay? What you put out, you're going to get back. And some of you have been asking, Mel, when is it going to come back to me? I've been working. When is this good juju going to come back? And I feel like the strength card here is reminding you to stay kind and compassionate to yourself. Some of you, there may have been a bit of a runabout with the heart. Okay, the heart is highlighted here on the strength card. And oftentimes, the strength represents courage. But it really takes courage to open the heart up after loss, rejection, admonishment or betrayal or hurt. I mean, that is the true meaning of strength, is being vulnerable again when we have been hurt. And I see here that the strength card tells me that you have overcome some very difficult times in your life. You face some fears head on, and you have this admirable inner strength about you that tells me that you are still soft, you are still kind after everything that you've been through, and that is what is admirable. Let's take a look what's coming in here. You have the Nine of Swords, the world. I told you, coming to an end. This is beautiful. You've completed a massive, massive journey. For some of you, this has been either for the last year, for some of you, the last decade even. Nine of Swords. This is a lot of anxiety. All right, you know this. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We just talked about, what you had gone through that had caused you to really, look within that inner strength. So there's been a bit of anxiety, and that's why I don't want you to keep that momentum of burning the candle at both ends, or hitting the ground running right away with setting yourself up for some big goals, because it's important that you take care of yourself. If you do set a goal early on in the month, be sure that you are the top priority. Your self-care, simplicity, self-love, and nurturing and pampering your beautiful heart. Now, for some of you, I'm going back to the heart here, and it was also another sign that I received this message. Perhaps maybe it was Leo. Maybe it was Leo with the lion here. I'm getting a message here of like a heart, open heart surgery. This could be heart palpitations, heart murmur, perhaps depression, loneliness, anxiety, something with the heart area here. So if that is an area of concern, of course, get that checked out. If it is something that you've gone through, there could be a scar, like a scar over the heart, or energetically, it feels like the heart has been scarred in some way. But this cycle that you've gone through has been difficult, but the world is a new beginning. The world is freedom, freedom from anxiety, freedom from this strife. This is victory. And it's been prolonged. Your gratification, your reward has been delayed or prolonged in some way for, whatever reasons, for your soul's growth, for you to learn some valuable lessons, or maybe things were out of your control that you didn't know how to quite deal with something. But within that, you may have reconnected to your own soul self. You may have learned a lot about how you react under pressure, or how you deal with stress or anxiety. So the world coming up is what I love to see here with exchanging gifts. Now, we just talked about 27 breaking down to 9. Here you have the 9 of Swords here as well. And then we have the world. So again, this is a massive, ending here for you, or a completed cycle. I also see the world showing up as the looking glass, and it feels like something is being reflected back to you. You're able to see something that perhaps you weren't able to see while you were going through a little bit of that muck. And your gifts are increasing. There's a part of your strengths which represents, your own compassion and your own vulnerabilities and your own beautiful heart, that is reactivated. That may be what's coming out of the box here, is you are giving life another go around in some way. You're not giving up on your dreams. I feel like you could also be taking those dreams and really turning them into goals towards the end of the month, and even in quarter one. Now, the difference between Dreams and goals is goals can be measured. Goals you take action towards. Dreams, and I just listened to this wonderful Mel Robbins podcast, which she talks about, the goals and the dreams and how to step by step achieve them. So if that's something you're interested in, go check out her podcast. But I feel like you've been dreaming a big dream, right? Like I want to write that book, or I want to graduate, or I want to go back to school, or I want to start that family, right? And those are big dreams that you may have, but I feel like Q1 is about breaking those dreams into, a tangible, concrete goal and measuring it out. Like, this is what I'm going to do to set myself up for success. And I see that that's what you're doing when you enter this phase of your life, this next phase, because the Fool we may see showing up here in your reading, because I feel like you will enter something here new. Now, February Capricorn is all about contracts. This is karmic contracts, soul contracts. It's also card 11. 11 is a master number. Some of you may see 1111. You may be having the new beginning. There's the 1 energy. So that can be you creating, a better life for yourself, whatever that may entail. This is you breaking it down to bite-sized pieces and saying, can I measure this? And I feel like you're moving forward. Now, there also could be some legal contracts. There may be, I keep getting the word contract. So whether it's karmic, soul, legal, this could even be a new documentation that is being put out here in some way. It could be a new job opportunity. I feel like you're doing things, or you've been doing things the right way, and there could be some sort of professional guidance showing up. I'm getting the King of Pentacles, so perhaps there's something that is tangible that you will be signing, or like an e-document, or you may have to get like a driver's license renewed here, or a license plate renewal. There may even be a passport or insurance upgraded or changed. There's something on paper that I feel is coming into play in the month of February, which is a time for, taxes and, a lot of people looking at changing things up a bit at the beginning of the year. All right. Oh, we have the Devil that just kind of flipped over. So we're going to talk about the Devil. Now we have here the 8 of Cups, the 4 of Wands. Beautiful. The 4 of Wands is Munchkin Land. It is celebration. And guess what else it is? 1111. So there's the confirmation that this is a very destined month. This is a month where it almost feels like the hand of God comes in and says, all right, Capricorn, I've been hearing you. You're not alone. This is you moving forward. This is a time to celebrate. This is cutting ties to the past. The 8 of Cups is about moving on, walking away. There's personal growth here, discovery, independence. This is the quest for something deeper and more meaningful. There is a new path ahead. So for those of you Capricorns that have felt disconnected, or you felt like it's been a struggle to leave something behind in order to fully grow or to step into that light, that's why 4 of Wands is showing up here. So really pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to, the numbers, the synchronicities that are showing up for you, because let's get a sneak peek of what is this that you're leaving behind. Because the cutting of ties is a wish upon a star. It's when Dorothy is still in Kansas, where everything is black and white, and she takes Toto and she takes her basket and she goes in search of better, lands. She starts to sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and she's dreaming of color. She's dreaming of vibrancy and adventure. So I feel like you are too, because what do we see is the 4 of Wands. There's Munchkin Land. There's the color. She's not in Kansas anymore. And I feel like there is victory. You see the 4 flags representing, the 1111 energy in the background. So I see that there is more color showing up in your world. There is more adventure, more opportunity in the month of February here. All right, we have, oh goodness, this is what you're leaving behind. The Devil. the Four of Pentacles, the Five of Swords. Oof. All right, Five of Swords in reverse is, walking away from people who take advantage, selfish energy, people who are revengeful, spiteful, claws out. It's basically a battle of the ego. And I feel like you were stuck in some sort of bondage. Now, you can see on the Five of Swords, the unicorn and the lion. How interesting that you have the lion showing up, a couple of times here in your reading. Some of you may have some strong Leo placements, but the claws and the teeth are out on both of them and they are going at it. So there may have been a very difficult war or battle that you've gone through. And the devil showing up here is also like the devil is in the details. So of course, pay attention to patterns or contractual agreements, things like that. And the Four of Pentacles is letting it go, because it's showing up as the Wicked Witch's possession. So something here you are letting go of, and it feels like it's been a tough one for you. This could be addictions. All right, this could be addictions. It could be obsessions, codependencies even, or even a sense of being drawn into some sort of drama in some way or some sort of manipulation. Yeah, some of you, it's about being manipulated and you're like, why am I still dealing with that? Not my monkeys, not my circus. This isn't what I want to bring into 2025 with me. So the devil is showing up here for you to release. The Five of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, this is all telling me that you are releasing, you're letting go, you're cutting ties with it, and you're moving on to the rainbow here. And I see with the main energy being the Four of Wands and you having that 1111, it feels like, yes, you've done things right. And even though at times you've done things right, people have still lied, cheated, or manipulated their way to kind of get ahead. And it's caused you frustration. It's caused you anger. But I feel like this is the time. This is the time where things start to show up for you in a way that makes sense. Because something hasn't made sense for a long time for you. You're like, why am I still here? Why am I still, why is this still happening or playing out in my life? But I feel like destiny, again, the hand of God, something comes through for you, kind of smacking you in the face or splashing you with that cold splash of water, and you wake up. It's like you wake up and you're not in Kansas anymore. You're not in that, destructive type of maybe black and white that you've been in. And I feel like you're going through this new adventure, and this adventure is helping you come back to a place of home, coming back to that place of soul self. So in the month of March, you realize that not all that glitters, is gold. All masks are off here. The truth, the cat is out of the bag. This is an opportune moment for you to be real, be authentic, and really take a look at the other side of, where you've been. Okay, the other side of where you've been is what I'm getting here for you. It's also card 16. Now, 16 is the Tower. Sudden changes. It's also Aries energy, which March is the beginning of the astrological new year. So Capricorn, I have a feeling that if there is some change coming in here, this change is for the better, because the Four of Wands is here for you. Celebration. There could be a rehoming for some of you. You could be relocating or changing homes, changing locations, relocating your job or your business. Let's see what's coming in. There's the Ace of Truth. There's the Justice. Look at all of these powerful cards. And the Lovers. Wow. Ace of Swords, Lovers, and Justice. Some of you, this may have to do with a divorce, okay, or a settlement. It may have to do with finally that heart that we see in the very beginning. Remember what I said about your beautiful heart, opening up, not shutting down. That is the greatest strength that we can have, is to not hole ourselves up and have those defense mechanisms come up, creating havoc in our life because of the pain that we've gone through. This is karmic justice. This is a rebalancing, and you see the dragons meeting in the background. The Justice is the King of Hearts. Wow. We have the King of Hearts with the Lovers here. So this has to do with making choices that are aligned with your heart and soul. Absolutely, 110%. Choices that are aligned with your heart and soul. So justice coming in could be, again, a divorce, a settlement. It could be part of that contractual agreement that I was picking up on earlier. Justice can also be retribution, accountability. It can be bringing balance back into whatever it felt imbalanced here, right? And I feel like this is part of quarter one, is all about bringing that balance in. And you've completed and wrapped up some major cycles here, but it still feels like there's some loose ends kind of flying out here and there, but they're not as huge potentially as, the big loose end that you've tied up. I feel like if there is any little scraps that kind of come in after the tying up of the big piece, you're just kind of, it's not as significant. Okay, there's going to be some truths coming in here. Ace of Swords is the big truth. And I feel like I want to go a little bit further in this. I'm going to clarify with another deck, because this is one of those milestone markers, like a monumental moment in your life, and it's here for you to evolve. I want to take a look at the Lovers. Spirit, please clarify the Lovers here for Capricorn. Why is the Lovers here for Capricorn? The Judgment. Okay, there is a judgment call being made on a situation here regarding Lovers. It's Ten of Swords and the Three of Wands. There's growth here. There's growth because you've gone through something deeply painful. Some sort of anguish is being lifted here. You've earned this reward. I told you that you're going to get back something good. And even though you may have been asking when, quarter one here. All right, quarter one is where all of this is kind of taking place. This is a very impactful beginning for you of 2025. If you haven't already checked out your yearly reading, I'll link it at the end of the video here, but I'll also put it in the description box below. There's a whole playlist. Check that out. But you've earned some sort of reward because you've gone through some difficulties here. Anguish is lifting, and you're going to see the growth on that as well. So there's a choice to be made here in the month of March. There's a judgment being made, and you see that around Judgment's neck, she has a necklace. That necklace spells out karma. There's karmic balance taking place here. The Ace of Truth is coming up. I'm going to clarify this Justice. Spirit, what's the Justice all about? Thank you. Expectations. There was expectations around a situation. Something is being revealed. Oh, look at this. You have the Wheel of Fortune. So Three of Cups, you felt very alone at times. You may have even had expectations that have kind of failed you, or you felt like other people had expectations of you that you couldn't quite live up to. And I feel like you didn't want to carry around that burden, right? With the Ten of Swords, you don't want to carry around that burden. Therefore, the Moon is bringing in a truth. The Ace of Swords is revealing something. We see the Moon here. I thought we'd seen the Moon in your energy, but there is a revelation occurring here. Something is coming up from the subconscious that you've been dealing with for quite some time. What is it? Again, Four of Wands. We're seeing that numerous times here in your reading. Four of Wands is saying, you will not be left alone while everybody else gets their reward, right? That's more of a victim mentality. And I feel like you're breaking out of that victim mentality, but boy, oh boy, did you get sucked into it with the devil for a bit there. Wheel of Fortune, karma, fate, destiny. This is you finally going the distance. And I feel like that is the underlying energy here. It's like, keep going. You're close to the finish line. Don't give up before things really start to get good for you. And this is a big, big time. Right behind it, we have Round and Round. You're breaking out of this pattern. You're breaking out of this contract. It feels like the contract is ended for you, but you've been kind of bonded or tethered or stuck to it. And that's why the Wheel of Fortune is coming in here saying you have the opportunity to renew yourself in some way. This is a turning point. This is a cycle. And I see that it's been a very challenging, very difficult one, but with all the nines, the tens, the completion energy showing up, and a lot of fours as well. Four of wands showing up. So you're moving forward. You are moving forward. Let's get some messages from the nature spirits, your angels, spirit guides. Let's get a couple of final messages here, please, for Capricorn. Capricorn, what do we have for Capricorn? You have the chestnut tree. We have the chestnut tree, and if you're interested in any of the oracle or tarot decks and the reading here, you can find the information in the description box below the video. All right, you have a couple of messages coming through. You have the chestnut tree, which is all about home, comfort, change, mother energy. I feel like this is what January is part of, what is it's bringing in for you as well. It says embrace the changes in your body, mind, and spirit, because some of you, your body is changing. You are evolving. Some of you, your mind, right? Your mind is changing. Your mind is evolving, and same with your soul. So embrace these changes, because I do see a lot of them coming in for you in quarter one. Some of you, it is about compassion and kindness. If you look at her, she is cuddling with this baby deer, this baby fawn. Fawns represent compassion and kindness. Basically, it's that strength. And you have the strength here to nurture and love yourself. Some of you may even be reparenting yourself in some way. If you have suffered from maybe childhood trauma, or perhaps you felt, ostracized here in some way from a group setting or family dynamic or a friend, I feel like you're reparenting, being kind, caring and nurturing, and giving yourself that beautiful mothering energy. Now, some of you could also be parents as well, and this could be a really good time to take a look at the dynamics that you have between you and your children. But of course, nurturing and taking care of you first and foremost is going to be beneficial for all of those around you. Next, you have the willow tree, which is my favorite tree, but it talks about uncertainty. And I am getting uncertainty with that moon. You have been uncertain about your path here, Capricorn, but you have resilience and strength. You've come face to face with some fears, all right? And you still may be feeling the residual energies of some fear at times, but it says, revealing your weakness will be your greatest strength. Revealing your weakness will be your greatest strength. I have full body goosebumps because that strength card is so significant in your overall energy here. And I talked about that, being vulnerable and allowing some of those weaknesses to kind of shine through, making peace with them, loving those weaknesses, because that means you are encompassing all of you. You're not segregating that area of who you are and judging it, right? Maybe that's part of the judgment, is we tend to judge our weaknesses. We tend to want to not show them to anyone because we don't want to be labeled as weak. And I feel like by revealing your weakness, that will in fact be your greatest strength and your greatest legacy. You have your Sakura. Time, love, the present. Life is fleeting. Seize the moment. I'm actually hearing Fleetwood Mac's song, Landslide. Children get older. I'm getting older too. So for some of you, this is about aging. Some of you could even be watching like your aging parents. You may be watching your body aging in some way. You may be watching children growing and maybe going off to school, or, driving, maybe starting college or getting married themselves or having children. So it feels like you're kind of taking a look at time, as well as focusing more on being present. And I feel like that's what 2025 is all about for you, being in the moment, because you realize that time passes us so very quickly and you don't want to miss out on the little things. And I feel like there has been some missing out here because of the shadow period or the struggle that you've gone through. Last but not least, your final message. I love this one. A lot of signs have been getting this. Leo, Virgo, and Libra, I believe, all receive this. Or maybe it was Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio, but the apple tree. This is about giving, loving, and positivity. It is seeking a balance. And you see that she is graciously handing, again, the fawns or the does here. There's a message around gentleness, compassion, and kindness. For those of you that live in a region where there are deer, pay attention because they are here to guide you. They're here to remind you of your gentle heart and remind you that life doesn't have to be, hardened. You don't have to let life harden you, Capricorn. And I see that this is a gentle reminder that there is prosperity and abundance all around you and within you. All right. This is a prosperous year for you to really evolve and grow and simplify your life. And I see a lot of you reconfiguring energies around the home. Maybe you're reorganizing, some of you are redecorating, maybe doing a little bit of feng shui, getting rid of things as well as going through certain rooms. And I feel like there is a bit of nostalgia, but you're going to feel really good by shaking up the energy in your home because that's going to usher in a brand new vibe. And that is what is best here. Now, thank you so much, Capricorn, for tuning in. I hope this resonates. I also hope I haven't said Sagittarius. I feel like I may have said that a couple times. If so, I apologize. Capricorn, this reading is for you, Sun, Moon, Rising, or any other Capricorn placement you have. If you like the message, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Lots of love.